Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's time as every Monday and Friday for the latest news update. As usual, we will be talking a little bit about the situation in tourism, what's going on, what are the latest changes. Then we have two news to share with you all. First one will be about a historical fine that Benidorm's town hall received itself for something that was done, or better to say wasn't done, really long time ago. And this fine is something that the town hall cannot pay by themselves. And the other news will be about, is Spain really expensive for holidays? Which destinations are expensive, which ones are not, according to the official European statistics. Is Spain, not only Benidorm, but is Spain in general an expensive or luxurious, high-end, very top, very pricey destination to go? Or is it not the case? Let's see the official worldwide statistics in terms of holiday destinations, and we'll get to see how much people actually spend in Spain and how much does it cost per person per day to spend on basic needs. And then we'll talk about the weather forecast, because it was sunny, it was gorgeous, it was great, warm and nice, but now it's cloudy back again. Let's start today's video. The tourism situation is getting better and better each day. It gets busier and busier. Each time we go outside, we go to the city center, it's slightly more difficult to park. That's the first thing we've noticed already by now. And it's last day of May, by the way. It's not even calendar summer just yet. We're almost there. But there's way more people. There's people in bars, restaurants, cafeterias. There are some queues at some specific places, especially tapas bars. All tapas bars are getting really busy. If you love typical Spanish Mediterranean food even, or to experiment with oysters, some champagne, rosé wine, something special, don't forget that on our channel we have different videos about tapas places in Benidorm that we discover. We show you the prices, where it's located, how to get there, what's on the menu, and we give you our review and perception of how things are like, taking into consideration that my hubby is Spanish, so he knows the quality and how things should actually taste for an authentic Spanish food. So don't miss these videos if you still did not see some of them. These places are really busy now. The Terra Mitica, Terra Natura Park, the Aqua Natura and the Aqualandia are almost there. They will be opening up right now, just in days time, and it will be getting quite busy, I must say, especially on midday. So make sure, if you don't want to see it overcrowded, if you don't want to see too many people, try to avoid weekends, unless that's when you need to go and want to go, that's fine. But work days usually are still calm and quiet, because children here are studying up until 21st of June. So if you go before that time, it's going to be quite quiet. It's only after that when things will get extremely busy. The second news that I wanted to share with you all is about the historical, tremendous fine that Benidorm's town hall received right now, and they will need to pay almost 300 million euros. 300 million euros, just imagine this amount, for a protected land of our natural park, Sierra Helada. As you all know, it's an extremely popular area. It connects Albir, the village, the touristic village, with Benidorm on the other side. And on both sides, there are different types of paths and ways and roads to enjoy the gorgeous views and just stay in the nature for a little bit. On Benidorm's side, there is a road towards the cross of Benidorm that's also part of the natural park, and there is a down road towards the watchtowers. From the side of Albir, you have the entrance to the natural park. It's a very nice road. It's not too steep, so you can go there even with mobility scooter. Bicycles are only allowed early in the morning. Bear that in mind. You have to do all the other part walking unless you need mobility scooter once again. And it goes through loveliest areas, great nature views, sightseeing. You can even see dolphins if you're lucky in the bay. And it ends up at the very authentic historical lighthouse of our region. So all this area wasn't always a natural park. It was just a typical land, the mountain, where people had their own lands. And by 1970s, more or less, is when the area, the town hall, the government decided to claim it as a natural park to protect this area from building too much. And when this happened, these lands, they were needed to be paid for those who were the actual owners. So usually there is a compensation that's been given to the owners for giving these lands away to the government. What happened is that back then something happened and they were not getting the payment. So now all these property prior owners were going to court and demanding their money. And finally, the historical Supreme Court's decision was to give these people 300 million euros. Almost a triple of what they should have paid back then, if it was the case. But now, for all these years of waiting, this will be the actual amount. What is the main issue and why we're telling it? Because first of all, this is our most visited natural area around Benidorm and beyond it and inside Benidorm as it is. And also because the town hall usually has a total budget of around 140 million euros to spend yearly. How should they pay more than a double of this budget just for that? It is absolutely impossible for them to do. So now they're trying their best to go to the Supreme Court, ask if they can cancel it, do something with it. And if not, they say it's a national matter, that not only them should be paying this money, but the government, the Spanish government itself, since this is a naturally protected area. It's something that is very popular, very touristic, receives a lot of people through the year. And it's not only for Benidorm to bear this huge amount of money and this burden to pay such a huge amount. Let us know what you think. The last news that I wanted to share with you all is about a very touristic destination that Spain obviously is. It's not a secret to anyone any longer. Spain is one of the countries where a lot of people travel, and even locals who live here in Spain. We do like to travel around our own country because there are so many places to visit, so many places to discover, that we don't even need to go far away because all people are coming here. There's gorgeous places to visit, apart from obviously other countries worldwide. The world is full of magnificent places and touristic destinations to explore and discover. But in this case, Spain, there is no doubt that it's been quite expensive to come on holidays. Let's say it like this. We've been asking our subscribers here to write in the comments for quite some time, especially when we do news update, to let us know how much more expensive it has gotten to them to come on holidays if they're purchasing the same packages through years. People have noticed the difference. Sometimes it's up until £1,000 or €1,000 dollars difference. Sometimes it's not as many, maybe 200, 300, but still there is quite a difference, which you could potentially be spending on other things. And based on that, there is an official statistics which is counting and is checking how much people spend on their cards, not only cash, in different cities in Europe. And based on that, they check and elaborate a form where it shows which ones of the countries are the most luxury considered because they're more expensive, which areas there are. And Spain officially is not a luxury destination, not in a sense that there is nothing luxurious, but in a sense of money. It's not the most expensive destination in Europe to go. There is no city, absolutely no city, that is the most expensive one in Europe comparing to other regions. So it's not as bad as we thought it might be. Although it's still slightly more expensive than it was, but comparing with other destinations, we have various cities that are some of the cheapest ones in Europe to enjoy. It doesn't need to be an expensive holiday to enjoy it. For example, there is Italia Veneziana, which is Venetian Italy, or Costa Azul Francesa, which is French Blue Coast. These ones are considered luxury destinations because it's way more expensive than it is here in Spain. And in these luxurious destinations, the more expensive destinations, people usually spend around 220 euros per person daily only on their card. Okay, not for accommodation, but just spending, like eating out, grabbing some drinks, etc. That's the average amount of what they are spending, which is quite high per day per person. Here in Spain, this amount is around 33 euros per person per day. What's spent on card on these types of, like, different types of extra things during the day. 33 comparing with 220 euros. That's way less. And this, for example, is in Valencia, which is a capital of our region, and still it's not as expensive. The best part probably why Spain is not considered an expensive country to travel on holidays, although I do know a lot of you will say, well, that's not the case. We've spent thousands and thousands to come here. Yes, but comparing with a lot of other European regions, Spain is not considered an expensive country. Why? Because we have a lot of different options. We have pensions, we have 1-star hotels, 2, 3, 4, 5-star hotels. We have apart hotels, just apartment. We have bungalows, we have campsites. We have glamping, or just a typical camping. We have so many things that each person is able to choose what they want and what fits within their budget. There's expensive restaurants, there's tapas, there's fixed menu price as well that you can choose. There's different things that you can fit in within how much you would like to spend, which is why Spain in this case is great, because other regions, you go there and everything is expensive, everything has the same high price and just don't have any option. You either spend it or don't go there on holidays. Here it's not the case, which is, according to experts, also one of the main reasons why we receive already more tourism than we could potentially have. And this is why there are protests in a lot of other parts in Spain, like Balearic Islands, Canarian Islands, Sevilla, different types of cities, cultural cities as well, that are having too much of tourists already. Not only international ones, but national as well. This is one of the main reasons why this is happening, because comparing to other regions, we are not as expensive. Although we are getting there slowly, but surely, while we still can get more or less affordable flights, while we still can get different cheaper accommodation options, this is gonna keep happening. But good news is that we're not even close to being the most expensive destinations in Europe. Let us know, how much are you planning on spending? If that's okay with you, if you want to publish this information here in the comments, how much are you planning on spending on your holidays this year? Or how much have you spent already if you've been on holidays already this year, 2024? And do you actually think that Spain, globally speaking, is an expensive destination to come on holidays, much more than other parts are? Because statistics might be one thing, but then the perception of people when they actually go on holidays might be absolutely different. We'll read your comments here down below. And now let's talk about the weather forecast. This is something that I wait a lot, because I know a lot of you are interested in seeing which kind of weather there's gonna be, what it feels like to be outside. Because one thing is just to check the phone, watch the information on it, but without actually being here, you don't know what it feels like when you are outside. So today it started to be really cloudy. The sky is covered right now. There's no actual sunshine. It is there, but it's behind the clouds. And today and tomorrow, probably up until midday, it's gonna be the case. We will see how it goes, but it shouldn't be raining. It just should be cloudy, which is why it feels slightly more chilly outside right now than it was. We are with a summer dress, a long summer dress, without the sleeves, without anything, and it's still okay. But if the wind blows, like a light blouse, something on top of it, would be great. You wouldn't be uncomfortable and too warm with it. Although I see a lot of tourists are wearing also shirtless without the sleeves, even like swimming costumes with these light pareo things on top, like transparent ones, and they're perfectly fine. So for those who are coming here who are not living in the hot weather, for you it's still going to be great. And the good news is just going to be today and tomorrow. Starting from then, the sun will be back and it's not going to abandon us for at least another week. It's going to be sunny, it's going to be nice, hot back again, and we will be having around 27, 28, or maybe even 29 degrees on the sunshine already. Since then, temperatures will not be dropping, they will only be increasing from now on, which is why the water temperature also keeps increasing. It was around 20 plus something degrees the previous days. Today slightly lower, but starting from tomorrow, officially it should be 21.3 degrees, the water temperature in Benidorm town at different beach areas, Levante, Poniente, and Malpaz. So 21.3 water temperature, that's already nice even for us locals to swim. So grab your swimsuits, grab sunscreen for these future days. Sun hats, hydrate yourselves very, very well. Remember not to bring unnecessary things to the beach, especially if you're staying next to it. Just grab your phone if you want to do some pictures. Bring these waterproof cases, maybe some money in it if you want to put something in, like a hotel card, anything. That's it. Don't bring too much things to the beach because you will be uncomfortable and you won't be able to relax. Checking it constantly, seeing if someone takes it or not. So enjoy your holidays. Be careful with the sun because it's very aggressive already from now on. And maybe we'll even see you here around Benidorm town or in any other surrounding villages. Don't forget, if you see us, feel free to say hi. We're always happy to greet our subscribers. Thank you for accompanying us on today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, click a like, and comment below the video to help us grow and reach more Benidorm lovers, those who enjoy coming here on holidays, those who love Costa Blanca, Benidorm, and Spain in general. And we'll see you in a new video already tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye.